Okay, we're talking about the Hosea, the Holy Thursday, when I saw the throne room. And this happened because the pastor said, um, wait for Jesus Christ to come to you and have an encounter with you. And everyone in the room was just lying down and praying or being in their own comfortable spots. And then I looked to the left, and in my mind's eye, I could see Jesus walking behind in the room at the back. And then I said, Lord, I don't want to cry. Please don't make me cry again. Because I really, like I said, the grief that I felt when Jesus tripped on the cross was so great, greater than any grief I had ever felt up to that point. So I didn't want, it was not a nice experience for me. I am a very positive person, so I don't really enjoy the negative stuff. So basically that. So what happened was, Jesus just went another place, and then when I closed my eyes, I waited for some time, and I saw these two angels. They were all gold. They were around 10 or 15 feet. They were wearing like a skirt, but it went all the way up to the chest, and it went down from there, and it was kind of golden metallic and hard, and their faces were really small compared to their huge bodies. And I tried to see if there was like a form or a nose, but I couldn't quite make it out. And I was asking him, are you Jesus? But he gave me a different name. And then he gave me 3 names, but actually I forgot. I think I wrote it down somewhere, and I'm not allowed to tell people, I think, but I could tell people. But he gave me 3 names. And then I went to a moon, and we parked for a while in the moon, and then we went back to an earth. I thought it was a new earth because it had gold dots in it, but later on I saw in a movie, in a Universal movie or something, that's really how the world looks. Like the real world, that's really how the world looks. So it could have been this world, could have been a new world, but we went into a city, and the city was all gold. It was like, from a bird's point of view, it was a square within a square within a square, and the building was like there's no road. It's just a square building, and then there's another square building around that square building, and there's another square building around that square building, and then you have towers that are really high, like 300 feet high. And when we landed on the ground, everything was golden, like all the walls, all the sand, but it was not metallic gold, it was sandy gold. And I was putting my hands on the sand, and the angel looked back and said, what are you doing like this? And then I said, no, because I need proof that I was really here, I don't want to be making it up, I need proof. So I was putting my hands on the sand. And then what they did was they put my body in a box or a room, and then all the sand like went to my body, like flew into it, but I could see it from a bird's eye point of view. And then they put it in another box, which was so much light that it's like it baked the golden dust. And then they put it in the dark for like 5 seconds, and then I could see the light again. And then I asked them, where's Jesus? Where's God? But actually I was asking for Jesus, but they brought me into a throne room. And then I saw Monica Bellucci lying down, like prostrate in the ground. And I thought, oh, okay, if I could see Monica Bellucci, this must be like a dream. It's not like a vision or anything. So I kind of doubted that. And But then after a while it became sort of more concrete, and I could see the intricate detail on the walls of the throne room. It was like a lace that branched out like this, and then from one branch more branches, and from one branch more branches, like a peacock's, but very fine. It was like lace, like fine lace, you know. And it was really beautiful, like the patterns I have never seen ever in my life. And there were stairs going up, really many stairs. So I knew that I read somewhere in the Old Testament that anyone who goes to the throne room without permission could be killed. So I said, Lord, may I approach you? And then I went up a few steps, and I said, and then nothing happened. I didn't get struck down by lightning. So I went up more, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, till finally I was in the end of the stairs, and there was like a 15-foot height, and then there was like a hole, or a huge like inner crevice of the wall, and that's where the huge throne was. And God was he was like fluorescent, he was radiant, he was wearing a crown that was very tall, like the Pope wears, but very intricate, with many layers to it. And then he had like a beard, but his face was very masculine and very father-like. Not like Jesus, who looks nice and, you know, almost, he looks nice in the pictures, but this one is like masculine and very grand, like majestic, you know. And when I looked at him, well, he kind of looked like Jesus in a way, because he had a tall nose and thick eyebrows. And then he touched my lips, because I was asking all sorts of questions. I was saying, Lord, are you God? Are you Jesus? Why am I here? What's the purpose of my life? And what do you want me to do? So this is what I wanted to know. And he touched my lips, and then with that, I fell behind his throne. And behind his throne, I don't know how I fell, because he was pretty huge, but behind his throne was like a steep cliff, or a waterfall with water. And then I fell into the water, and when I landed in the water, I woke up. And immediately when I woke up, I looked around and I saw my partner, and then I saw Rachel, and then I checked my hands, and they had glitters on them. And then I said, Rachel, do you see this? And then she said, oh my God, at the box, it's glory dust, because that's what Joshua Mills called it, glory dust. And at that time, I thought he was just like some kind of hoax who puts like glitter under his suits. But then it happened to me also, and we tried to take a picture of it, but our phones were just low-end 2 megapixel, 5 megapixel cameras, so we couldn't. So we could take a picture of the palm, but you couldn't see just how fine the dust was. And for a few days after that, I would like, every time I perspire in my elbows and like on some of my skin, I would have some dust. But I think I did bad stuff and it stopped. But sometimes it still gets it when I do good stuff sometimes, but I can't really say. So there, and that's my story of when I went up to see Jerusalem, the throne, and the new earth. Thank you, I love you.